How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily, and on today's show we're going to be talking about the Europa League. And Manchester United have eliminated Barcelona.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right. So, of course, like I said, there is only one place to start, and that is the Europa League, because the big game last night, Manchester United against Barcelona. And I tell you something, Barcelona are bang average. What a poor side. Absolutely flying in La Liga. But you come up against a Premier League side with a bit of intensity and you come unstuck. Now, I suppose this was kind of a game of two halves in some respects. Now, went into this game, it was 2-2 from the first leg in Nou Camp. And I thought Barcelona were going to offer a little bit more away from home, especially. Opening minute, I think it was, first 5 minutes, Bruno Fernandes should have scored. And then it was all Barcelona. They got a penalty. It was a penalty. It was soft, don't get me wrong, but Bruno Fernandes, you can't put your arm on somebody and pull them that way. And he continued to pull for too long, which is why, obviously, the penalty was given. Lewandowski just about scored. And then Barcelona dominated for the rest of the half. I think one of the key points in the game was probably just before half-time. De Gea made an awful error, trying to pass out from the back. And Casemiro put a block in. Which was, stopped it from being like 2-0. And at that point, game was probably over. But yeah, second half, Manchester United changed things around. They made a substitution, put Elneny on. And then just, made things a little bit more difficult, but, for Barcelona. They were more intense. The press was more aggressive, and they just looked a more dominant side. And once they, stepped up that gear, Barcelona were not able to handle them. They were nowhere near able to handle the press. They weren't able to deal with Manchester United's threat. And the maddest thing is that I don't think Manchester United played that great, but they done enough. And, Fred scores within a minute of the second half starting, which is always, a good thing when you're, behind and you're trying to change the game around. So to do it quite early, kind of shifts that momentum straight away. And then Elneny goes and scores the winning goal. And I think then Barcelona, maybe last 10 minutes of the game, came out of their shell a little bit and tried to play. There was an opportunity in injury time for Lewandowski with Varane clearing on the line. But overall, they never really done anything. And I really was not impressed by Barcelona. Now, I've not seen a lot of them this season, to be honest with you. They've got a brilliant defensive record. They're flying in La Liga, like I said. But I just looked at it and I thought, there was nothing there. There was no real... You know what I mean? They just didn't impress me at all. And I don't know whether I'm maybe just thinking about the great Barcelona sides of years gone by. And, when they've had the likes of Suarez and Messi and Neymar. And they were just an unbelievable side back then. They were just a side that could destroy you. As I know all too well, as an Arsenal fan, we came up against absolute prime Barcelonas and prime Bayern Munichs at the worst possible time. And I just weren't impressed, to be honest with you. And Manchester United, they move on to the the next set of fixtures in the Europa League. This is where Arsenal will be involved now. We didn't have to play this fixture because we didn't finish second in the group, which is why Man United had, this extra set of games. But on a personal level, I'm actually glad that Manchester United have gone through. you know, where they're sitting in the Premier League, I think that, you know, with Arsenal and Manchester City focusing on European games over the next month or so, if Manchester United were not focusing on European games and had those midweeks to themselves, and, you know, they could rest and regroup and whatnot, they could have taken advantage, you know, in the Premier League if, you know, either of us or Man City were to slip up. So, yeah, for me, it's good that Manchester United are going to have a continued, you know, fixture congestion. There's another couple of games in there. What I do know is that with the next set of games, Manchester United will face one of the group winners in the Europa League. They cannot face Arsenal yet because of the coefficiency and same league and everything else. But after this batch of games is when you can then draw teams from your own country. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the draw. Yeah, I think that's today, actually, the draw for the Europa League, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is today. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it to see, you know, who we're going to end up getting. And yeah, for me at the moment, Europa League, I know this might sound a little like in a big-headed sense, but I'm not really bothered. And I don't think there's many Arsenal fans that are bothered either, because we've got bigger things to play for, which is the Premier League title. And I think if you would say to any Arsenal fan now, go all out for the Premier League and you can win that and just play, you know, a rotated squad in the Europa League, I think Arsenal fans would accept that. Obviously, if we were to draw a side like Manchester United, then I think things would be a little bit different, because you'd have to go and play your full strength side. But yeah, when the round of fixtures are, we've got some big Premier League games, and I know where my priority would be, and I think most Arsenal fans would feel the same. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But as for Barcelona, I'm not interested or impressed with anything I saw. I don't rate, you know, the way that they played. Poor side for me. And I know they had some suspensions and injuries and whatnot, but they were very underwhelming, I felt. So, yeah, well done to Manchester United. They're through to the next rounds of the Europa League. Barcelona are out. So, listen, there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think. What do you think of the game? Did you watch it? Do you think Manchester United deserved it? Or, you know, were you unimpressed with Barcelona like I was? Let me know in the comment section. So, listen, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.